Hello everyone. In this video I'll teach you how to multiply positive and negative numbers. But before we move on, I want to review the what we learned in the other video on how to multiply two numbers. We looked at multiplication. We said that multiplying is another easy way of adding things. Okay, instead of counting all the slices of pizza, we just count one of them and multiply that to the number of pizzas. And we looked at the number of rows, 4 number of rows and 5 number of columns. We said the easiest way is to multiply 4 times 5 to get 20, and we went over these examples. So in this video I just show you how to multiply positive and negative numbers. So I wrote this. Sometimes it's confusing for people, so I hope this will make sense. So instead of so if you can see, we have positive numbers here multiplied by positive numbers. So when you see positive, it doesn't mean anything else, it just means positive number. Okay, it's not a plus sign, so that you don't just think that, oh, this number times plus this number. No, this is just indicates that this is a positive number. So there are two conditions when you multiply. Okay, you either get a positive number or you get a negative number. There is no third option. Okay, there is no third option, just two options. You either get a positive answer or a negative answer. That's all you have to know. Now the easiest way is I just put if you multiply two positive number, right, positive number times positive number will give you a positive answer. Okay, negative number times negative number will also give you a positive answer. Okay, now as I told you in the previous video, when you multiply, you can switch the numbers back and forth. If you wrote it vertically, for example 2 times 3, you can write it 3 times 2. Okay, these two are the same, remember. So that's why I didn't want I didn't want to leave one of these. But if you look, this is a positive number times negative number, give you a negative answer. So this is just the same thing. Okay, I just wrote it because I want to make it clear, right? See, this is negative, this is negative, this is positive, this is positive. So it's basically the same thing. I just reversed these two. Okay, so remember, negative number times positive number will give you a negative answer. So the most important thing in multiplication is, as long as you remember that two numbers, if one of them is positive, one of them is negative, will give you a negative answer. Anything else will give you a positive answer. Okay, so let's say if we have -2 times -3. So all you have to do is ignore the sign. Always do the multiplication and then come back to the signs later. So what is 2 times 3? 2 times 3 is 6. Then we said, how do we know that what sign should we put? So we have negative here, negative. So if you look back here, we have a negative number, which is negative number, okay, and then another negative number. Okay, so negative number times negative number should give us what? Positive answer. Therefore it is positive 6, because we don't write it usually. So the answer is positive 6. We don't write the positive. Okay, let's look at another number. Minus 22 times excuse me, times 13. So we multiply, ignore the sign. Okay, so let's just multiply the numbers first. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 2 is 6. Now we go to this number. Okay, we have to multiply this number by both of these one time. So before we do that, when you come to the second row, you have to add 1 0. Okay, like in the previous video I showed you. Then you go to the multiplication. 1 times 2 is 2. You write it just underneath that number. Okay, always make sure the numbers are underneath each, so the addition will be easier. Okay, 1 times 2 is 2. Now you added 6 plus 0 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. 2 by itself, okay, because there's nothing, so nothing means 0. 0 plus 2 is 2. Now we look at the signs. Any number that doesn't have a sign, the sign is positive, so automatically know this is a positive number, okay. That's very important, okay. Any number that doesn't have a sign, the sign is positive. So we look here, we have negative number and positive number. Let's look here. This condition applies. Negative number times positive number will give us what? A negative answer. Therefore, you just write a minus sign. Okay? So anything you have, just do the multiplication. Then, if you remember these, just remember this one of them, okay? That negative times positive give you negative. Anything else will give you positive, okay? Because this is basically the same thing, I rewrote it in a different way, okay? Hope this helps. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.